Welcome back everyone, my name is Steven Rodriguez, I'm your true champion, and in today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys my revamped green deck list for the Ultimate Power format in the Digimon TCG. I don't know if you guys know this, but a few months ago, my very first deck profile for the Digimon TCG was actually a green deck. It was more of a ramped-based strategy that tried to build the strongest kind of Digimon as fast as possible. There's still some element of that in this deck list, but instead of going for like a pure beatdown approach, I've decided to add a little bit more control-y type options and sort of give myself a more control-y type game plan by resting my opponent's units and trying to have that be a source of power for me, but also be a source of just controlling my opponent's board by attacking into those rested units. Also, there's a super cool new feature to this deck list that I cannot wait to show you guys. Man, I love deck building in this game. Oh, so amazing. If you guys are excited for today's Digimon deck profile, be sure to leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and click that bell for notifications so that you guys know when my videos go live for you. I think something like 70-ish% of you guys aren't actually subscribed that watch these videos, so just know that I do post Digimon TCG content here on the channel twice a week, along with all kinds of other TCG and anime related videos. So if that kind of stuff interests you, just know that subscribing is always an option. But before I get into the deck list, I want to kind of explain a couple things to you guys. A lot of you have been asking, like, what software do I use to actually play the game online? I use Tabletop Simulator. It is a Steam run game. I think it costs like 10-20 bucks most of the time. You can find it on sale too sometimes and get it even cheaper than that. I'll leave a link down below so that way you guys can download it for yourselves if you want to. There are some other options though, like Untap and Octagon, that are free. I'll leave links to how to set up those as well in the description in case you guys want to give that a try for yourselves. But with all that out the way, let's go ahead and hop into my green deck list for the Digimon TCG. Alright, as always, whenever we do Digimon decks here on the channel, we always start with the Digi-eggs. I'm playing the full 5 counter Digi-eggs in this deck because green is all about Digivolving. That's their main source of power and main source of advantage. And I'm actually doing a 3-2 split here of the Set 2 Argomon baby, as well as Freemon, which is the other Set 1 Digi-egg that came out for New Evolution. Starting first with Argomon, we have a really cool inheritable skill that says your turn, if this Digimon becomes active during your active phase, get memory +1. So, say this Digimon's rested, you attack with it, you activate an effect that rests one of your Digimon, whatever it is, it becomes your opponent's turn, your Digimon lives that, if it comes back to your turn during your active phase, if it stands up, you get +1 memory. This is a super awesome way to add to your memory efficiency as well as extend your possible plays during your next turn. And the last 2 Digi-eggs we're playing in the deck is Freemon here, kind of an obscure pick actually. The main Digi-eggs that are used are the Argomon you just saw, as well as a Tainomon for +1000 DP, but Freemon I think is actually a really valuable card that not enough people are actually using. It has a really cool inheritable skill. Your turn, if your opponent has 2 or more rested Digimon, this Digimon gets power +2000. So as I mentioned earlier, I kind of changed my thought process and my sort of goals with this deck, and I'm really looking forward to like always resting my opponent's Digimon and trying to get extra effects. So not only can this card just proc naturally because your opponent could be attacking you, it can also be force procced by some of your skills. And getting +2000 DP out of nowhere can really change what you can actually swing over. I've had a Tainomon, which is 12,000 DP normally, swing over an Omnimon, which is 15,000 DP thanks to this card. This card can put in lots of work, and honestly, I love it in this deck. Alright, now that we're done with the Digi-eggs, it's time to move on to the level 3s, which is by far my favorite part of this deck. As I'm sure you guys can tell from the title, I am playing 18 rookies, or level 3s, in this deck. I am playing 4 Gaburimon, 4 Argomon baby level 3, 4 Agumon level 3, 4 Tentomon, 1 Palamon, and 1 Mushroomon. Now, before I get into anything, first things first, 8 vanillas. Having 2-drop vanilla 3Ks is actually super valuable, lets you be more memory efficient, and gives you more ways to Digivolve into champions, and like I said, we love Digivolving in this deck. Up next, we have Tentomon, which is a really awesome inheritable skill. When attacking, you can rest one of your opponent's Digimon with 2000 less DP. This is a really nice way to, again, proc our rested effects. If your opponent ever tries to call the little baby dude in play, try and keep it there, keep it safe and active so that way it can evolve into higher things later. You can easily control that boy thanks to your Tentomon. It can hit pretty much every single level 3 in the game right now besides like the 4K vanilla ones. We're playing Agumon, which is probably the strongest one of the level 3s, giving that free +1000 DP as an inheritable, making your already pretty buff dudes even buffer. And of course, we're playing a neat little one-of split here of 1 Palamon and 1 Mushroomon. Mushroomon is essentially a 9th vanilla that we get to play in our deck, and it adds more so to us being memory efficient. We almost never actually evolve this card unless we want to be super cheeky and make it 6000 DP thanks to our Freemon. We just kind of hard play it and get a free 4K body on board, which can swing at a lot of level 4s in the game, which is super cool. And we're playing the one of Palamon for that awesome win played effect of revealing your top 3 cards from your deck, adding a level 4 Digimon from amongst them to your hand, and putting the rest on the bottom deck in any order. This is a really good card for getting us the pieces we need to extend our play / just get more cards that we can evolve up onto. Okay, so I'm on record for saying that the Digimon TCG is one of the most fluid games possible when it comes to building decks. And in the last green deck profile I did for you guys, I actually played 15 rookies, which at the time I thought was a really high number, but now I'm playing 18. And the main reason I'm playing 18 is so I can combo really well with the Argomon level 5 that has the really cool inheritable skill to sort of flood our board with level 3 Digimon. On top of that, there's also 2 other secret reasons that I love playing this many level 3s. The first one being you almost always get a level 3 in your opening hand, which is super nice to see, so we guys can get that first turn Evo and start cycling through your deck. And the second reason is when you play a deck that's so devoted to digivolving as green is, having plenty of ways to get into champions is actually super cool. So not only am I playing 18 rookies, you'll see later I'm also playing 14 champions. So having this many ways to digivolve and get actual powerful cards on board and sort of make your board as wide as possible is honestly the best way to sort of aggress your opponent. So instead of getting to like a giant level 6 as fast as possible being the main way green wins, we sort of have this efficient board flood strategy added into the green deck, which can lead to you winning games a lot more convincingly. Before I move on to the actual level 4s and why we play them, I want to kind of briefly talk more about these last 2 slots here for the 17th and 18th rookie. These 2 cards can really be whatever you want. The main reason why I'm playing these 2 is because of the reasons I gave earlier, but there is this other Digimon level 3 that I've been considering playing, Kokuamon I believe his name is, and he gives plus security attacks to your level 6 Digimon as an inheritable, which is honestly super cool. He's a 1-drop evolution level 3, like Mushroomon is, but his cost to play is 4, which is the main reason why I'm not like the most psyched about playing him. So for now I'm not, and I'm playing Palamon and Mushroomon instead, but if you want to give him a try to sort of add to your like big boy aggression, by all means go ahead and do so. Alright, enough gawking about my 18 level 3s, let's move on to our 14 level 4s. We have 4 Woodmon, 4 Vegimon, 4 Kabuterimon, and 2 Togemon. So first things first, we have our 4 blockers in the form of Woodmon. You gotta have 4 blockers. It's the real only way we have to defend ourselves besides the sneaky flower cannon in security. Up next, we have 4 of the best power creep card in the game. We have Vegimon, which is the 1-drop vanilla 6000 DP level 4 in green. But the really cool part about this card is that it's a 4 cost to play normally. The other vanillas like Dark Tyrannomon or Gorillamon are actually 6-drop to play normally. So if you ever have like 1 memory and your opponent has like a memory tamer in play, you can play this just by itself and your opponent gets as much memory as they would have normally gotten, and you get to play a level 4 for pretty much the cost of a level 3, which is awesome. Up next, we have the best power gainer in all of green. We have Kabuterimon, another 1-drop evolution, 5000 DP, 6 outs played normally, inheritable. Your turn. For every one of your opponents with a Digimon, this Digimon gets power plus 1000 DP. So I want you to imagine a world where you have Freemon, Agumon, and Kabuterimon, and your opponent has 2 rested Digimon. It happens a lot, actually. You get +2, +2, +1. That's plus 5000 DP to one of your Digimon at random, as long as it's level 5 or higher. That makes this boy 11, this girl 11, this boy 17, and even your puppetmon 16. So this card is honestly super cool, adds to our DP, makes our big dudes even bigger. And finally, the last card I'm playing is 2 Togemon, which is another 6 cost to play normally, 5000 DP, 2 cost to evolve normally, but it has a really good when evolving effect. Reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 level 5 or more Digimon from amongst them to your hand, put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. You'll notice that I'm playing a lot of level 3s, a lot of level 4s, but not that many level 5s, only 7 level 5s. I have the same number of level 5s as I do level 6s. Honestly, my favorite part about Togemon is getting to play it in the late game and chucking a puppetmon into my hand and just hard playing it that same turn and going like, hey, you can't attack me for game next turn. It's honestly a super awesome interaction, and I love how much this card adds to our consistency. Other than these like core 14 level 4s, there's not many that many you can play in green that are super valuable. In the future, once we get Stingmon from set 3, he's definitely going in this deck, because not only is this deck really good at like attacking rested mode Digimon, but getting memory off of that would be super awesome. Alright, moving on to our level 5s. Like I said, we have 7 of them. First things first, we have the main boy of the deck. We have our level 5 Argomon, 8 cost play normally, 6,000 DP, 3 cost evolution. It has download -3. If you guys don't know how download works, basically you can rest one of your Digimon in the battle area to lower this card's evolution cost by the number designated. So this would lower its cost by 3. So if I have a Woodmon in play, I can rest it and then play this on another champion or level 4 for free, basically. You can actually, fun fact, evolve this card on the same card that you rested. So say I did rest this Woodmon, I could then actually evolve this on top of that very same Woodmon, which would be kind of super sick. And as I said earlier, the main reason why we love playing this card is for his amazing inheritable skill to start filling our board with green level 3s. I will also mention, by the way, that if you do have any on-play effect level 3s like Palamon, they do actually get to proc. So that's actually a really good reason when you play extra copies of Palamon here, but you're not really thirsty for level 4s in this deck with how many that we play. The real reason why I like Palamon so much is getting more champions in the early game and not necessarily seeing champions, if that makes sense. But yeah, Argomon is just like the best card in this deck. He adds to your extension of plays and your actual aggression so much, it's crazy. Finally, rounding off at level 5s, we have 3 copies of Lilymon, 7 cost to play normally, 6,000 DP, 2 cost to evolve on a level 4. Really nice to see in a level 5. Has a really good inheritable skill. When attacking, rest one of your opponent's Digimon without blocker. So Lilymon is going to be the main way that we have to actually kill our opponent's board. A really cool interaction is that if your opponent has 2 Digimon in play, you can Flower Cannon, rest one of them, and then have your Titamon with a Lilymon underneath it attack that Digimon, rest the other one that's in play, and then have one of your other Digimon attack that one. This kind of combo here of Flower Cannon plus Lilymon can actually clear boards, and it's pretty crazy. Also, if your opponent has any like really weak dudes in play, you can also use Tentamon as well to rest them and then attack them with other Digimon as well, because your board is so wide most of the time. It's honestly super sick. Rounding off our Digimon lineup, we have our 7 level 6s. First things first, we have Titamon, ironically the strongest green level 6 in the game right now. It's the 12k vanilla. 10 cost to play normally, 2 cost to evolve. It's amazing having access to this really buff dude. He can swing over pretty much anything in the game once you give him enough DP boosters, and because you can rest pretty much anything in the game, that means nothing is safe. I love this card. Getting this card in play like on turn 2 or 3 can honestly really pressure your opponent if they don't have proper removal, and even if they do, most of the time the removal they have is more expensive than the memory you pay to actually play this card, so you can actually get some really good memory swings against your opponent and start filling your board more efficiently, especially if you have Titamon plus Argomon to start just getting free rookies in play. It can honestly be insane how wide and powerful your board can get thanks to this card. And finally, rounding off the Digimon, we have the best rare probably in the game. I totally forgot that this card's a rare. We have Puppetmon, the 11 cost, 3 cost to evolve on level 5, and 10,000 DP. This is ironically the only card in the deck we never want to evolve into. The only level 6 we evolve into is actually Titamon, because Puppetmon is much better to use when he's actually played, thanks to his on-play effect, which is rest one of your opponent's Digimon. During your opponent's next active phase, all of your opponent's Digimon cannot be made actives. So imagine a world where your opponent like swung with 3 out of their 4 Digimon, you have like 2 security left per se, and now you play Puppetmon, you rest their last Digimon, and now none of the Digimon can actually stand up during their next active phase. And if your opponent has, say, 2 security left as well, and you have 3 Digimon, guess what? You now win the game if they don't play any blockers or get rid of any of your Digimon. It's honestly insane how Puppetmon can just literally swing games. His last effect, by the way, is also super sweet. When attacking, get memory +1. This is really nice for the extension of your plays and can be the difference between you having a Flower Cannon used that turn and not having a Flower Cannon used that turn. Speaking of Flower Cannon, let's talk about the only option card we play. We play 4 copies of Flower Cannon, probably the best green option card. 2 costs to play normally. Main, rest one of your opponent's Digimon. Simple as that. You just put one of them to rest, and you can do whatever you want after that. I love resting blockers with this to swing for game a lot easier. I love resting really powerful Digimon and then swinging over them with my Titamon. Honestly, super cool. Really It's a bit more of a way to remove cards from the board, but it is actually a very cheap way to remove cards from the board, which honestly is super cool. And it has a broken security effect, which is rest all of your opponent's Digimon without blocker. So imagine a world where your opponent has 5 Digimon, you have 1 security left, and you're just gonna lose the game because you have no blockers. Well, if you check Flower Cannon as your last security, every other Digimon, as long as it doesn't have blocker, gets rested, and you don't lose. It becomes your turn again, and that one more turn could be the difference between you winning or losing. This is a super clutch card whenever you see it in your security. It's a super powerful card whenever you see it in your hand. It can be controlling, it can be aggressive. Honestly, this card can do so much for this deck. It's crazy. And there you guys go. That is my current 18 rookie green deck for the Set 2 format in the Digimon TCG. A couple of things before we move on to some gameplay is that I'm playing no Tamers or other option cards in this deck, like Terror Cluster, which is the only removal card actually in green right now, because I feel like just having the power of Flower Cannon and puppetmon is enough to sort of make the game last as long as you need to actually win the game. And I'm not playing any Tamers because honestly, all the Tamers in green right now just aren't good. Izzy takes too long to be really any value to you. A card like Mimi can be really good, but floods your hand in the late game because it does nothing for you after you play 1 Mimi. And Taiga only works if you play Tyrannomon. I'm not playing any Tyrannomon cards in this deck. But yeah, guys, all in all, I am super in love. This is my favorite way to play green right now in the Digimon TCG, and this deck is so crazy with what it can do sometimes against your opponent. If you have any lingering questions about anything that I've mentioned in this video, be sure to leave them down in the comments below, or better yet, hop into my Twitch channel. I go live every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, 8 a.m. Pacific time in the mornings. I play a lot of different card games and have a lot of fun discussions with you guys, so come bring your questions there and hopefully get some live answers from me. Links to my Twitch down below, as always. Also, if you have any suggestions for other deck lists that you guys want to see from me for the Digimon TCG, leave those down below as well, and maybe I'll get to work on them. But with all that being said, boys and girls, let's go and take a look at some of the games that I played using this deck the other day on stream. Ooh, we're going first, boys and girls. Let's go ahead and get it done. Wish my opponent good luck, and let's do it. One of our 18 rookies is in our hand. We feel very good. We are ready to get going, and we're gonna go ahead and drop down the veg. Give him the 1, draw a card, pass the turn. One of the best opening cards you can have in green, I think, at this moment in time. Hopefully we can get some cool cards in the future with starter decks and whatnot to have more one-drop Evos like this. It'd be super awesome. I mean, we already have more one-drop Evos, but I want more. And he hard plays the blocker, boys and girls. Ooh, that is not a happy sight to see. Sadly, though, I don't have an ultimate in my hand, so I can capitalize on this. Honestly, the best play I can go for is gonna be this. I'm gonna go ahead and pay the 3 and then go for the Togemon. I'm gonna draw 1 with the Togs, reveal 1, 2, and 3, and there's that ultimate that I needed. That feels good. I'm gonna flip these down and put it right there. Boom. So I couldn't capitalize as much as I could. As much as I would have liked to, but my board is getting built very slowly, but very efficiently. Let's go ahead and evolve into Gaborimon. Let's go ahead and draw for the turn. There's not much you can do with 2 memory as opposed to 1. So I see no reason to not evolve into Kabuterimon first. So I will. I just will do it. Giving me the 0. And then I'm debating if I should evolve the bench Kabuterimon. I said bench, the raising area. I will do this. And the reason is just in case he goes like super crazy or whatever, he can't just remove my only ultimate in play. I did just draw another one though, so now I'm kind of regretting that play, but what the heck is this? Blade of the True. For every security you have, draw +1 for every 2. So he just drew 2 cards? Dude, way to go, man. For what, 2 memory? Nice. That's pretty hot. That's actually super hot. Ooh, but he's giving me 2 memory. Bruh, I don't know about that. Because now I can do this. And I can draw for turn. Swing. Good. And then I can evolve into you. Draw 1. This is a much slower game for the green deck than I'm used to playing, but you know, when people when people memory starve you, you know, what else can you do besides just grind up? Gives us more time to search for our really cool key cards for the late game like Puppetmon and Flowermon. Sorry, Flower Cannon, not Flowermon. So you know what? It's not too bad. I can't complain too much. Man, I wonder how many more surprises he has in this yellow deck. I actually do like that Blade of the True tech right there. So there's a Shine Greymon, beautiful card, love it. Love everything about that card. And he's gonna be doing that. He's at the 4. He gives me the 2 thanks to that TK. And then it becomes my turn. I get 1 more thanks to my baby Argomon. I draw for turn. I hatch. I evolve. I draw. I'm going to activate Flower Cannon to rest this. I'm going to swing at this for 7. I got the Agumon, so I'm not gonna die. And then I'm gonna swing at this. I probably should have waited until he was still rested because I'm 13 if he's rested, but now I'm just 12 again. So that was a bit of a misplay there, but it's fine. I will just play down. I don't want to waste any memory, so I'll evolve this. Draw, and then I'll play down this Argomon, and he gets the 3. All right, so now we have game on board. We have 5 Digimon that can swing in. He has 3 security. Even if he has like some security shenanigans, it'll take some recovery this turn for him to actually survive. And if he goes for recovery, that means he can't go for Digimon destruction, which means we're Gucci. I guess he could go for like Digimon destruction, but I don't know where that's going to come from. He only has 3 memory. I'm not sure what he can do here, given his board is completely empty. He's been a little unlucky this game and not seeing any rookies, but you know what? It happens. Especially in a deck that plays so many different kinds of cards, like the yellow deck. And this is essentially a concession because I do have the Flower Cannon in my hand to rest that bad boy. Let's go ahead and drop it on him. Pew. And I don't know why that's right there. Okay, and then we're gonna swing for the 13. We are safe. He gets to use the effect. I'll wait. I'll swing with this next because it's the next biggest thing. Always good to attack with your biggest stuff first. That way, if he doesn't get any removal cards, he doesn't get rid of our big things. He has to get rid of our little things, which means we can have more DP just on board, which is nice. There's a Kari, and then we swing with the Veg. Does the Veg get to live? Yes, he does. And then we swing with the Kabuterimon Electroshocker for the game. Let's go, baby. All right, here we are for the second game. My opponent's not going first. I have a rookie in my hand, ultimate and a champion. Feels good to be me. Let's see what happens. He goes for the Saber's Agumon. Nothing too crazy. He hasn't been getting that much draw off, though, with this, I don't think. But that's a pretty good combo for drawing cards there. If he gets slow rolled by me for a little bit. And he plays the Tamer, pass. That's a good, always a good opener, just getting that Tamer engine started. Nice to see another ultimate in my hand. Ultimates are the hardest things to draw in this deck, so getting plenty in your opening hand is always nice to see, especially when you can just filter so much like we can. I'm gonna go for this just to filter some more. And why is this lagging so much today? Is that 1? And then I'm just gonna hard play a Tentomon, giving him 2. I wish I had a 2-drop vanilla instead, but I drew the Gaburimon first and didn't have the Tentomon already in my hand. Otherwise, I would switch these, but it's fine. Nothing too crazy. I will say, though, that if he doesn't evolve that Agumon this turn, I will rest it and attack it. And he goes for the very smart play of going for the Unimon evolution to protect it. Makes sense. Always good to have some good Evo stacks underneath a blocker. And he just goes for a TK. All right, I'm going to draw for turn. I'm going to promote. I will go ahead and evolve into Lilymon. Because he has 2 TKs in play, I'm not attacking his security anytime soon. That's for sure. I will go ahead and just evolve into a Kabuterimon and pass the turn back to him, giving him 1, trying to choke him as much as he's choking me. Try and force him to play some cards without actually keeping me from any memory. But now I'm kind of lacking some megas, but luckily I have some really good plays that I can make things to download, so being able to evolve for free is always nice. And he goes for the hard play of the TK, feels good. That could give us an opportunity, though, to capitalize and get some really good turns against him. So let's see if we can't do that here. I would love to see a mega this turn. Seeing a Titamon, or even a puppetmon, honestly, I'll evolve hard into it if I have to, would be super great. There's the Rise Greymon. That's a good piece of the puzzle he needs that he can use for free now every single turn thanks to his TK. I'm going to go ahead and draw for turn. I'm going to promote. I'm going to evolve. I'm going to draw. I don't know if it's better to rest, evolve into Argomon, or if it's better to just like hard evolve into it. I'm trying to think about this here actually, because the debate I'm having in my head is that he can kill at least one Digimon, even if I evolve all the way up to Argomon. So I'm concerned about that. I think the best course of action I could go for is like okay, I think I have an idea. I'm gonna play 2-drop you. Yes, hear me out. I'm gonna go for the Argomon download, draw 1. And there's the Titamon. Oh, that makes my heart so happy. Okay, I'm going to evolve into the veg, draw 1, and then which stack is better? Is this stack better or is this stack better? I think this stack is better. So what I'll do is I'll evolve onto this one because that will incentivize him to actually kill that one versus this one. You see, evolve the other one, so that way if he does inevitably kill this one with a Glorious Burst or with a Shine Greymon this turn, I will still be able to have this one to evolve back onto and respond. And that is the idea. So let's see what happens here. This is going to be a good game, I can already tell, because I'm going to have to go for a big setup of like having like a bunch of dudes in play and then just swinging into his 5 security for game, essentially. Because we've already seen that he doesn't play any option cards I need to worry about, so that's nice to know. And he's just going to hard play the Rubbermon. That means no Shine Greymons in his hand, I think. But we know he has Rise Greymon, though. Oh, he's trying to also secure the blocker as well. I like that play. Very heads up. But now I get a Titamon in play with a awesome, handy-dandy little effect there. That'll be super useful. You gain power as well, which is awesome. I'm going to go ahead and swing at the security and then rest this. Rest thanks to Lilymon. That is great. I'm now going to swing at this and then rest. And thanks to the effect of Tentomon plus Kabuterimon, my Argomon becomes 8 and swings at this. So you have to rest that. Yeah. And then this comes swinging at this. I am now 8 and you will die and I don't die, which is amazing. I love that interaction. I'm now going to swing at this. And just like that, his board has been cleared. He only has 4 security as well, so we won't be able to actually hit the effect. Okay. Thanks, Crash. 6, homie. 6 That's still rested. Don't be a hero there, homie. Don't be a hero. Because now I'm just going to swing at it with Togemon. And just like that, boys and girls, we cleared his board. Oh, that feels good to do in a green deck. I'll tell you what. Everyone's always like, you need these fancy removal cards. No, bro. You need Lilymon plus a bunch of Tentomons to clear boards right there. Let's go, baby. And I'm keeping him at 4 security now, which is like the best number to have. Super nice. That was a very good, well-played turn by me. I think he made a misplay there going for that blocker because essentially he sacrificed his Unimon without, he didn't need to. He could have actually had that for a Rise Greymon play, but he sacrificed it because he thought that he could get away with what he just did. He should have realized I still had memory. But now I'm excited because I've always said that Rise Greymon, or sorry, Shine Greymon is like the comeback deck of the format, and so I'm not counting him out until the last card is drawn, you know what I mean? I'm gonna go ahead and get the Tentomon down. I'm gonna draw. No megas feels bad. I'm gonna swing and then rest. Now, it will obviously get to activate its effect now, which makes me upset, but I don't really care too much about that. I don't want to swing just blindly into his security, though, is the issue that I have here. So I'll just swing at this again. He gets to activate the effect, though, which is annoying. And then I'll just go ahead and evolve into a Woodmon down here. Draw my card. I'll go ahead and evolve into a Lilymon up here. Draw my card. No mega still. And then I'm just gonna play a Tentomon. Because now we'll have 6 attacks on the next turn. He has 4 security. Even if he does get a shenanigan of a blocker and play this turn, I'll still be able to swing for game regardless of that. I also have Flower Cannon in hand, so I can also just use that effect as well. Alrighty, here we go. We get the Rise Greymon. There's that. It's a Hakari, that's fine. Do we see the Shine Greymon in his hand? He gives me 4 memory. He'll be able to kill at least 2 things. At least 2 things. He could kill 3 things, though, if he wanted to, I think. Because he can go 2-2 and then kill the Tentomon. He goes for the Shine. He should want to kill 3 things. Is I think what he's going to go for. That's what I would go for, anyway. That, and that, and that. Yes, very good choices. But I do get to keep this, which is not nothing. Because if I can get another Deuter in play. Oh, no, I can just do this. I forgot I can just do this. Bink. Get rid of him. And then I just go 2 and 4. Now we have 5 dudes on board again in a game-winning scenario. If he gives us even 1 memory over 1, I can just Flower Cannon, which also means 2, by the way, and we can go for the game. So let's see what happens here. So like I said, boys, that was a very good play by him. He cleared my board, did not give me the option to game, but I cleared his board right back, and now forced him in a position where he has literally nothing. And let's see if he can come back from this, because now if he leaves the board with nothing, I swing for game. So let's see how this goes. Flower cans are a really fun way to remove cards, just because you can just instantly respond to big threats because you have bigger threats. And he goes for the TK. That is, oof, his hand must be awkward. Must be like just full of megas and ultimates probably, is my guess. And he can't play those obviously because his turn will end. And he goes for that, but if he gives me more than 2 memory, the game is over as well. It's basically like he didn't play it. So I'm cool if he goes for that. I'm more than cool if he goes for that. And then he plays the 5. Alrighty. But as you guys can see with that beautiful, beautiful alternate art hollow in my hand, I have the Flower Cannon. We are Gucci. Obviously, play out your hand though as much as possible, just so that way you can give yourself as much options as possible. Alrighty, I'm gonna go ahead and swing at the security. Good. I'm gonna go ahead and swing at the security. Dead. I'm gonna swing at the security. I'm gonna swing at the security. And the Woodmon for the game. Let's go, baby. Always good to get some good wins. Always good to get some good wins right there. Whew. There you guys go. That has been my updated green deck list and gameplay demonstration video for today. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. Again, if you did, be sure to leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and click that bell for notifications so you guys know when my videos go live for you. And again, if you have any lingering questions, please feel free to leave them down in the comments below, or better yet, hop into my Twitch channel. I go live every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, 8 AM Pacific time in the mornings. I love chatting about the Digimon TCG and would love to chat with you. Links to my Twitch down below, as always. And with that being said, boys and girls, I've been your true champion, Steven. Please be sure to work hard, rest easy, and live well, and I will see you all next time. Peace.